disappointment if you were a Parramatta supporter, but there were some terrific individual displays. Lease, I thought, was quite outstanding. I couldn't believe how well he played, because I've seen him go around and he's been a little bit submerged, not a lack of effort, but he's been a little bit not outstanding, and he's a former Australian player, and he needs to be more outstanding than he's been.
Well, Rex, he suffered a hell of a lot of injury last year, and he has been playing well this year.
Well, I've seen every one of them.
Seen him.
I have seen every game they played on tape. I see them all through the week.
I've seen him a couple of games.
Jimmy Lease has got more talent than he's been displaying, and if he can keep doing it like he did last week, he could be an Australian lock forward again.
Oh, there's no risk about that.
This was a good try too.
Wasn't a good
effort, that.
Can run for a big man.
Yes, indeed. But entertainment value plus in the game, we even had Dallas Donnelly kicking a field goal. Watch this goal from Cox. You'd appreciate this, being a former goal kicker, allowing for the breeze.
He's put a slice.
Isn't that a beautiful goal?
Way to go. No, he drew that.
And
yeah, but I'm left-handed.
He does that off the tee at Manly, you know, with his golf. But I don't think we can write Parramatta off. I think people that would say that they're not going to be a force in this competition would be very short-memoried, because they had about the same number of points last year after 10 rounds. And remember, they lost 4 games in a row on one occasion last year and still managed to win the premiership. So, you know, a couple of swallows don't make a summer.
Well, if you're going to write off every team that loses a couple of games, there'll be no one left in the grand final, yeah.
Except Manly.
Yeah. Well,
they're going well.
Manly
going very well.
You know, every side has luck.
Yes.
Luck makes the difference between the 2 points and not. So it's how your luck's spread out over the year. It governs the way you go and end up the position on the table.
So you can watch 10 or 15 Parramatta games a year, and you'll see a fellow like Mick Cronin make perhaps 1 or 2 mistakes.
Yes.
And in this game last week, he made a number of mistakes. So you got one of the very good players not looking good. Although, look at the tackle he pulls off here. This is a top bit of thing, because Lamb had sustained an injury and he was really on the field under difficulties at that stage. But Alan Neal came in, and what a try this was.
What a play.
What a try. Look at the weaving little darting run there, and the kick for Broughton.
Full marks to Broughton, fair for following too. He came from out of the clouds.
Oh, he's not a great try.
That's a superb try. That's rugby league at its best. The game had everything, really. It was a top game of football.
We've seen some really good rugby league too the last few weeks.
I think you've got to give full marks to Western Suburbs for their tackling, Rex, in that game. I think they bottled up the players, and that was the answer to the problems. And if you put a player on the ground, as Ron knows, he can't pass the ball, and that's all there is to it. And they bottle it up.
Don't have much luck at Lidcombe Oval over the years, do they, Cole?
Oh, well, not much luck. I think you've got to give credit to the team that plays the game of football.
This is becoming evident now with North Sydney. You've won your last 5 on the trot there, and building up a home crowd stand advantage. I mean, to say it's got to be worth 5 points to you in the long run.
Now, correction, Ferris, that's 4 wins and a draw.
Yes.
Not 5 wins.
Okay, you
They're
haven't lost
undefeated.
in 5 matches.
You're right. We just wanted to set you straight there.
Good,
we didn't
thanks,
want you
Rex.
to
I'm
put
pleased
your
you did.
number of old lady fans. We didn't want them ringing up and saying Ferris was in
The show the other way.
I
dodged it a bit.
Teddy Goodwin, a couple of passes here that I thought we should show because they were so frightful. Ted, you're too good a player to do these sort of things. Look at this, oranges. Boom. You know, that gives your outside support a lot of help, doesn't it? That one happened to best fella because he's got skills. Now watch him take this pass on the move. Is that a good catch? And Cox's goal from the sideline, that was as good a goal as you'd ever hope to see. Reminiscent of one I saw old Tin Legs Barnes kicking. He did too, yes, that was equally so. But we seem to, you expect Cronin to do that more often, don't you? The nimble-footed Dallas Donnelly with his, his season...
I love his footwork, the way he sets himself up. Plonk.
He's never played 5'8" before, but I think he's doing a very good job about it, Michael. Yeah.
No question about that.
That's for sure.
Also, Jimmy Lease seemed to have a very, very good game.
Jimmy,
much more mobile.
Yeah, I thought he went very well in defence. He just cut the ankles off Bob O'Reilly a couple of times, and he went real good.
Now, do you rate Parramatta as a premiership certainly after that performance?
Well, not after today, no, I don't.
Did you before?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Well, they're in a bit of a slump now. That's 2 consecutive losses.
Yeah, well, it takes... We had a couple of losses there before too, and we come back, so maybe they'll come back.
Yeah, well, I suppose I'm not in the middle of it all the time, and I'm out wide, and I can see a bit more what's going on. A lot of the time, I've probably got a bit more breath than the other guys.
What sort of things are you saying to them?
Well, just how the game's going. Watch guys, like if they look like it's going to kick, run to the kicker. Look like it's going the blind, they often crowd the blind. Guys aren't coming in the open or something, so you just call it. Just that's the game's going, yeah.
The fact that your captain is on the other wing to you, does that sort of dictate the way you go? You try to emulate him in that way?
No, I talk to Warren a bit. Warren's helped me a lot in what he says, and, watch how he plays, and sort of, he's good.
It's come along well now, Rex. I played my first game 4 weeks ago, and I haven't had any trouble at all with the knee since then, and I'm absolutely confident that I won't have any trouble in the future with it.
What was the extent of the injury?
I damaged my cruciate ligaments and my medial cartilage. You know, after the operation, I got an infection which slowed me right down.
Oh, yeah.
But the repair job the doctor did, you know, he's absolutely confident there's no trouble with it at all
And
now.
I would imagine you've done a massive amount of weight work on it and leg exercises on it.
There's been a lot of work, Rex, since I did the injury, and it's getting back into football has been not a letdown, but it's been very hard once you've been keyed up to get out there and play.
Yeah.
When you get back out in the field, it's all hard work again.
Long season. I know we'll be there at the end, and after having, well, we didn't play all that well last week, but still not picking on sides. Manly have been getting away, playing poorly and winning, which shows a champion side. We are a champion side. We've been playing poorly and losing, so, you know, we've just got to get ourselves out of that.
Just watching it and trying to be objective about it, there seems to be an element of panic developing in the team at times when some absurd passes are thrown.
Yeah, well, you
Not
know,
late in the game either. I'm talking about sort of midway through the second half.
No,
There's still time to do something.
that's about right too. You get behind a bit, and all you need is one person to start thinking, well, Jesus, will we catch up? And it starts to deter, and it goes right through the team. Now, once you try and play catch-up, you're just cutting your own throat. You can't do it. You've just got to go about your game slowly, and it'll come to you. But once you start panicking, rushing passes, you drop the ball, you get up, you do what I did, play the ball with a marker, so he says, you know, just little things like that.
Yeah.